I was hesitant coming into this series and not even sure if I was going to watch it, because I had never played the game. I didn't have any connection to the characters or story, and other than Pedro Pascal, I was unfamiliar with the main cast. Despite all of this though, I am so glad I gave it a shot. The series had its ups and downs, and I wasn't that into the finale and the way the story ended, but it did get me looking forward to the next season whenever that comes. Starting with the characters, I thought both Joel and Ellie were interesting and complex, and I really enjoyed the way their bond developed as the series progressed, and we also got to learn more about their lives and the layers of themselves that they've hidden over time, rather than getting it all in the exposition of the first episode. Even though I didn't like the twist in the finale, with Joel taking Ellie away from the Fireflies, it did make sense to his character, and that lie he tells is going to be an interesting point next season. The acting by both of them was outstanding throughout, and was a big reason that I grew to care about these characters so much. Joel had the advantage of being played by Pedro Pascal, who I'm already familiar with and like as an actor, but Ellie was brand new to me, and I had no idea who Bella Ramsey was coming into the series, so that's just a testament to the work she did. Seeing Gabriel Luna in the series as Joel's brother was a nice surprise, since I recognized him from some of his other work, but other than that, there weren't many other characters that stood out to me, other than the smaller, character-focused episodes. The one surrounding Bill and Frank might still be my favorite episode, because of the emotion and heart so apparent in it, so those two characters that I enjoyed for the short time we were with them. And Riley too, when we're introduced to her and her friendship with Ellie. Other than that though, there weren't any characters that I found myself caring about or all that interested in. Marlene and Tess never hit with me, and none of the other antagonists felt super deep or fleshed out enough to see their side of the story. Going into the story next, this was my biggest surprise. I knew very little coming into the series. I've never played the game, and other than the basic premise of a man taking an immune girl across the country because she's immune to the virus, I knew none of the other story details or twists. The series had a very good opening scene that explained the infection and then set the stakes and fleshed out both the characters and the world at this point. There were some slow scenes that made me lose interest throughout, but there were also a lot of tense action scenes that were a blast to watch. Really until the final episode, I knew Joel and Ellie were both going to survive for sure, but it didn't make me any less interested or worried seeing them being attacked by the infected. It took me an episode or two to establish the emotional connection to them, but after that, every risk to their life had me worried. There were times when the story felt like an obvious adaptation of a video game story, just with the way everything was paced out and how it was split up into episodes, but that didn't bother me all that much. But with the first half of the season, every episode felt very unique and different from a tone and emotional standpoint, so that's something I appreciated and enjoyed. I thought the setting was fleshed out very well, from the very beginning to the very end, and it all looked very detailed. The shots we'd get from the top of the buildings overlooking the entire landscape looked very real and authentic, and I was never taken out of the story by poor visual effects or oddly shot sequences. I was surprised at how graphic the violence was, but I was a bit disappointed with the lack of infected in the second half of the season. The first half seemed to deal a lot more with the virus and the infected, while the second half focused more on the humanity aspect and raiders being more of a threat. I think it was still done well, but I definitely enjoyed the virus parts more. And one last thing, it took me a while to get used to how long some of the episodes were, especially with the first one being close to that of a feature film. The lengths did start to come down to an hour or less, so that problem for me was solved. Let me know what you thought of The Last of Us if you've watched it for yourself, and comment down below what videos you'd like to see in the future. Is there a movie or series you want me to review? Let me know. Remember to like the video, and subscribe for more television and movie content, and follow me on my various platforms all listed in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.